This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 1305, House of Pain by Mark Fisher of markfisherfitness.com. And I'm Dr. Neil, your very own personal narrator. Happy Monday and welcome back to another week of Optimal Health Daily. This is where I read to you from some of the best health and fitness blogs on the web, kind of like an ongoing audiobook, and always with a bit of my commentary at the end. Now you may be wondering, I'm such a huge Batman fan, how could I have forgotten to mention that the Justice League Snyder Cut was released 4 days ago and I haven't talked about it yet? Well, that's because I haven't watched it yet. Oops, I've been a little bit busy, but I'm going to watch it and I won't talk about it in case you haven't watched it. I don't want to give away any spoilers. But in case you're wondering why I haven't mentioned it and what I thought about it, well, I haven't watched it yet. So that's why. All right, enough Batman talk. I'm sure you're eager to hear today's post, so let's get right to it as we optimize your life. House of Pain by Mark Fisher of markfisherfitness.com. At Mark Fisher Fitness, we're a big believer in fun. Not plain old vanilla fun. Fun with triple exclamation points. Fun with capital letters. We believe ridiculousness is an important element of fitness and life success. We pride ourselves on an anything-goes, outrageous fitness environment where pants are accepted but strongly discouraged. There is, however, one thing we do not joke about, and that's safety. For folks new to Mark Fisher Fitness, sometimes this can require a lot of patience. Not only are we conservative with weight until we can create solid technique, but we also strive to make ninjas aware that pain isn't normal. If exercise hurts beyond the normal discomfort of working out, something's up, and we need to get the ouchie addressed ASAP. I would be so much cooler if I was into House of Pain, but instead, I'm listening to the original cast recording of the off-Broadway musical Giant. There's no way to have optimal movement with pain, as your body will do whatever it needs to do to avoid hurting. Usually this means less than ideal patterns of movement, which often lead to overstressing another part of the body until it too starts to feel pain. We've developed a reputation as a go-to place for folks who've experienced chronic injuries. Thanks to our studies in the white magic mysticism of injury reduction and rehab protocols, we feel great about handling just about anything at this point. To be clear, if you're actually hurting, we need a physical therapist or other clinician to help you out and address the pain. But when it comes time to start moving again, we love helping folks inch back into the waters of fitness. We love teaching them better patterns of movement, and we love nurturing them through the very understandable fear that usually accompanies this process. That said, you should know, pain is quite mysterious. What is pain? Part of the issue is that pain is still not completely understood. We don't know why some people seem to get beat up so easily, even when doing everything quote-unquote right from a training and recovery perspective. Conversely, some people do feats of epic stupidity and never seem to feel banged up. And here's where it gets quirkier. Let me blow your mind for a minute with science. Some people feel no pain, but seem to have major stuff going on. The New England Journal of Medicine published a study back in 1994 where they found that 82% of people without back pain had a disc bulge protrusion or extrusion, meaning bad things happening to their spine. And 38% had 2 or more bad things going on. WTF. Don't you worry, shoulders are often messed up too. In one study by Scher and colleagues back in 1995, they found that 34% of the people they studied without shoulder pain had a rotator cuff tear. And the participants older than 60, 64% of them had tears. On the flip side, we've dealt with many ninjas who are dealing with chronic pain, but MRIs can't find anything wrong with the problematic joint. And anyone who's struggled with chronic pain knows how frustrating this can be. It becomes a major quality of life issue. Pain is created by messengers in our nervous system. They bring us awareness when we have some tissue damage. Generally, this is useful. But part of the problem is this system gets overactive in the case of chronic pain. Oftentimes, these messengers get super sensitive and start freaking out more than what is appropriate. These messengers are a bit tense because of their history, so now they overreact. They're often panicking and letting our brain know something's up, but it's disproportional to what's actually going on. So, what should I do? Let's be clear. You are always better off erring on the safe side. Sometimes pain is not a muscle or joint thing. Sometimes it's a medical thing. This is why we're so strict about having ninjas see a clinician if they're feeling pain. But what if you do your due diligence and we can't find anything wrong? At that point, we need to do our good faith best to first understand what pain means and what it doesn't mean. By no means am I ever a proponent of quote-unquote pushing through. But interestingly enough, many folks seem to actually get relief just from understanding how pain works. There's a large psychological component to pain, and many people will start to feel better just by appreciating there may be truly nothing wrong with them. They just have some overly protective messengers looking out for their well-being. Remember, your body is designed to function perfectly in a world that no longer exists. Outside of that, provided the clinician has signed off on returning to exercise, you need to really ease your way back in. Don't go nuts out of the gate. If pain has kept you inactive, you need to slowly resume your former fitness activity and give your tissues time to adjust. Furthermore, if it's at all possible to work with a highly skilled coach, this is a key investment. Oftentimes, people dealing with pain need to work with someone who can really keep an eagle eye on their technique so they learn to move better. Although pain isn't completely understood, it's important that anyone working out addresses pain. Even if it's not some major medical issue, it could completely derail your training and your quality of life. Safety first. You just listened to the post titled House of Pain by Mark Fisher of markfisherfitness.com. And I'll have some comments as usual. But first, thank you to Cozy Earth for their support. Cozy Earth makes a variety of bamboo products including sheets, duvet covers, comforters, pillowcases, loungewear, and more. Their quality will get you talking to your friends about it. Cozy Earth's bedding and loungewear sleeps 50% less humid than cotton. They're certified free of harmful chemicals and comes from an ethical supply chain. And they have a 10-year warranty on all bedding. You don't have to worry about pilling, and washing and drying is easy, safe in machines. I got their sheets and they are the softest I've ever had. I don't think I can ever go back to cotton after using Cozy Earth. I actually look forward to getting into bed just for the feeling. You'll see what I mean when you try it yourself. Go to CozyEarth.com to check out the great selection of bamboo bedding and loungewear. Optimal Health Daily listeners will receive an incredible discount of 40% off site-wide when you use promo code OHDPodcast. That's CozyEarth.com and use promo code OHDPodcast at checkout. That's the best deal they've offered, so thank you to Cozy Earth for that. Dr. Neal here for my commentary. Pain that you experience while working out is definitely a sign that it's time to stop. But it doesn't mean you need to stop the workout. I'll explain. Pain can be temporary, like a warning signal. Your body's saying, whoa, we didn't like that thing you just did, don't do that again. Or it can show up as a burning sensation in your muscles, like when you're running really fast and the muscles in your legs start to feel like they're on fire. That's a normal reaction. When your muscles start to burn like that during high-intensity exercise, your body is basically telling you that those muscles are running on empty. They're out of fuel. But it's possible to push past this feeling. In fact, there are some benefits to doing that once in a while. But when you experience pain of a different sort, not burning muscles during high-intensity activity, but like a body part isn't moving like it should or is tender to the touch, well, it's time to stop and rest. It may mean some damage has occurred. It could be very minor or a bit more serious. Like when I experienced plantar fasciitis recently, the pain on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, was an 11. 11 was the highest. Sorry, Spinal Tap reference, but the pain was really, really bad. The key for me was to rest it. I could not be on my foot for very long, and I definitely wasn't working out using my lower body. So the key, again, is to stop and rest. See if the pain goes away. If it doesn't, then it should be examined by a health professional. Just as Mark said in his post, it's usually not a good idea to push through the pain and hope it goes away. In fact, if you do start experiencing some pain, use the acronym RICE to help you recover, especially if there's swelling. No, you don't need to eat rice to feel better. Again, RICE is just an acronym where the R in RICE stands for rest. The I stands for ice, meaning apply ice to the area that's in pain. The C stands for compression, meaning bandage the area snugly, but not too tightly. And E stands for elevation, meaning rest the injured body part so that it lies above the heart, like elevating your leg when you're on the couch. This should help you feel better in no time. But if it doesn't help, just as Mark said, definitely seek the advice of a health professional. All right, that'll do it for the Monday episode. I hope you have a great start to your week, and I'll be back here tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.